Buying a very beginner-friendly guitar is weirdly, I think, the trickiest purchase in your guitar playing life. For me, I remember I wanted a guitar that was going to be really cool looking, be able to grow with me as I could keep playing, and overall had like a lot of just versatility. So that way when I was playing, I wouldn't be, stuck with one style, especially since I didn't really know what style I was gonna wanna play a lot. But at the same time, you're usually working on a budget. You also don't really know what is supposed to feel like a good neck or a awkward feeling neck. So it's kind of weird thinking about that. You need something that stays in tune. And overall, it's something that you're just not familiar with that world. So you don't really know what to look for. So I wanted to make this video that is not sponsored at all. I just thought it would be a fun video for my beginners out there because I got this guitar a bit back. It was given to me for some Instagram content, and rarely do I keep using those products that I had made a video for a specific company. But this one I still use. I think it sounds so great. It is so inexpensive, and I'm just like, if I was a beginner, I would 100% choose this guitar. So I wanted to just show you a few of the features. I'm gonna have very beginner friendly terms and not be throwing a lot of gear lingo at you, and just overall explaining a few things that I think that this guitar, or really any guitar you purchase, are things that you should definitely look at and take into consideration. So without further ado, let's jump into my review of the Sterling by Music Man Cutlass HSS. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and change the strings on this because it needs a string change. Hopefully this paper lantern is not covering my face, I don't think so. But this one's really easy to change the strings on. They just thread through the back here. So let's go ahead and do that. So I'm gonna just do a very beginner-friendly rundown of all the features of this guitar. So if you are just starting, everything is gonna still make sense to you here. So the first thing that I love about this guitar is that you get a lot of features here for only, I think it's right now $500 at the time that I'm making this. And if you look used or on Reverb, you can find it for even less. I love the color options for this. This is the Firemist Silver color, and then they have a vintage cream. There's a really pretty pink one and a few more. So I really like that it just has a cool look to it. So overall, some of the little things that if you are just starting guitar, you might not really know what to look for, but I think makes this great is one, the neck feel. This is something I would just recommend for you to walk into a guitar store that has this and try it first. When you're a beginner, everything's gonna feel awkward at first, and that's okay. You might feel awkward even going into a guitar store because you don't know how to play very much yet, but you can just play, a few simple chords. That's totally fine. And with this, the neck is nice for someone like me. I don't have the hugest hands ever, so having something that just isn't too thick is really great for me. And also I noticed that when I got this guitar, it felt nicely set up right out of the box. It didn't have too high of an action, which is, the strings being too far away from the neck, which makes it really hard to press down. And I feel like it just is easy to play, which I know is not very helpful in a YouTube video, but overall, I just think that this one feels like it's well made. The thing that I love most about this guitar is the pickup configuration. It's truly the best of both worlds. So what we have is a humbucker pickup on the bridge that just gives it this great, powerful, punchy, bright sound that's so amazing for solos, and I love it with a little bit of overdrive. So something that would be my favorite part of a Telecaster. Then we have our middle pickup, which is not too smooth and not too punchy, so it's a good in-between. And then we have what I love most about a Stratocaster on the neck. So we have that single coil. So that's gonna give us that great bluesy, smooth, warm tone to it. Then we have a 5 pickup switch, which is great because it allows you to also control in between the middle and neck and in between the middle and bridge. So I'm going to start off here at my bridge pickup, my humbucker pickup here, and I'm just going to do just some random little noodles with a bit of overdrive on it here. Just give you an idea of what this sounds like here. next up we have my middle pickup switch here. And so this one has kind of, like I said, like an in-between-ish sound. So it's not gonna be too bright, but also it's gonna be a little bit more punchy than this neck pickup here. So just play like a little open kind of thing. Okay. All right, so last we have our neck pickup, and I think that this is just such a smooth, beautiful sounding pickup here. And so this is gonna be very for like your bluesy sounds, not a very punchy pickup, but just has this kind of smooth, even tone to it. So I'll just play some like chill little noodles here. So another thing that is both cool and also my most annoying thing about this guitar is the tremolo tuning peg situation. So with these tuning pegs, there is this wheel on the back of them, which I have not had a guitar that's had this, and it essentially locks the string into the tuning peg. So if you were to unwind this all the way and try to pull the string out, it won't come out, which makes this guitar stay in tune so well, which is kind of rare at that price point in those beginner level guitars, especially. With the tremolo, works great and it stays in tune when you're using it, which is cool, but mine always pops out. I cannot get this thing to stay in place, and I don't know if this is user error or my specific guitar, but I will think that it sounds like it's clicked into place and it will still randomly pop out during a gig. So tell me if you have any advice if you have this guitar. But here's kind of what this tremolo sounds like. I added a little bit of delay here as well. So overall, I hope that you got something out of this, and this would be a good one for you to consider. Like I said, video's not sponsored. I just thought that it would be fun to kind of share my thoughts of this, because this has probably been the guitar that has just surprised me out of all of my guitars the most, especially for the price range. So anyways, let me know your thoughts at the bottom, and thank you guys so much as always for just supporting my channel and watching this.